Hey everyone, Kyle once again, and welcome back to another review for Halloween month. And well, basically, Happy Halloween. And yeah, I'm fitting to review this film on Halloween. So, which I wanted to review last year, but something happened again. So, which I explained, but convenient though. But yeah, I wanted to review this last year, but didn't. But now I'm reviewing it now. So, for Halloween. So, which I got another review coming up. That's will be and for Halloween though. But so two reviews for Halloween today. But this one I'm doing first because I wanted to get last year. I never got my thoughts on it. So here you go. So we'll say Happy Halloween. But the way to start off Halloween is with this. All right. So getting on with it, so I'm gonna be reviewing is of the 2018 Halloween, which is a direct sequel to the original John Carpenter's Halloween. Ignoring Halloween 2 and everything else, it's a direct sequel to the original. Okay, before I get into everything, before I get into the plot and everything, Halloween. First of all, it's still the same title, Halloween. So it makes it for you. John Carpenter's Halloween, Rob Zombie's Halloween, and then Halloween. It's all Halloween, right? Just want to get to it. Why couldn't just rename it Halloween something like? Hey, I would probably just call it Halloween H40 because it takes place 40 years later. Fitting, instead of just calling it just Halloween again. Same thing with The Thing, from John Carpenter's The Thing and the 2011 prequel, still named The Thing. I hate when they just years later they just title the same way, the same thing. Why not add something else, add more to the title? Like, I would call this Halloween H40. Because it would be a fitting, like Halloween H2O. But that's one thing. But I was just skeptical when I first heard about it. I mean, and when I heard that when they were making the film, I saw the trailer. I was not impressed. Although I did think Jamie Lee Curtis would be good, but just nothing is new brought to the table. Nothing is new brought to the table. That's what it is. Nothing is new. You can't do this. It's the same thing with Michael Myers killing people. There's nothing new you can do with Michael Myers. And in the time this came out, I did see this in the theater with actually my mother, my girlfriend, and her mother. They all wanted to see it, so I went in to see it with them. It was the first time I saw a movie with my mother, and before that, the year after I celebrated my birthday, I saw Godzilla King of the Monsters with my mother, but before then. So I saw my mother, my girlfriend, and her mother. And of course, my girlfriend, of course, she clung to my arm, she was all scared and all that. I'm like, I was not scared at all. I was not scared at all by this film. But, well, of course, this is typical of her, though, but this film I was never scared by. And this film brought nothing new to the table. That's what I'm trying to get at. Nothing new with Michael Myers, and it was just a boring movie. I mean, I do have positives, which I'll get into. There is a little handful of positive things I can say about the movie, which I'll give credit to. But the film was just a boring film, and you can see, especially it's another one called Nostalgia the Movie, because this film was. They tried so much to fill this film with nostalgia, callbacks to the original and other stuff as well. And that's why the film made money. The film made money, because I didn't expect this film to be that huge of a hit. This film made about 70-some million on opening weekend, and it grossed over 250 million worldwide, 159 million domestically in the U.S. So it became the highest grossing slash film of all time. And easily the highest one in the franchise. So I did not expect that, though. But And because this film's success and the praise it got, it's getting a sequel called a trilogy now. Next one's called Halloween Kills, which I'm saying, what, Halloween Kills? What, kills this franchise? Please. Halloween Kills, that's what it is. It kills this franchise. And you get, when you think nostalgia is not enough for this first movie, the cast for the next movie, of course, you got Jamie Lee Curtis come back, and they're surviving the daughter and the granddaughter coming back. And especially with more nostalgia, for the original John Carpenter's Halloween, they're bringing back Cypher, was it Charles Cyphers, who played Sheriff Brackett from John Carpenter's Halloween. He's coming back. Kyle Ritzers, who played the little girl Lindsay, she's coming back. Even what was the woman's name who played the nurse? The nurse from John Carpenter's Halloween, and she also appeared in Halloween 2, as well as Halloween H2O. She's also coming back. Yeah, Marion Chambers. That was the nurse's name, Marion Chambers. That was the name of the nurse in Halloween. In Halloween 1, 2, and 7. So that's the same woman who plays Marion Chambers. She's also coming back. Well, not the same kid who played Tommy Doyle, not in the original. In the original John Carpenter's Halloween, it's not the same kid though. But actually, they're actually bringing in Anthony Michael Hall, from Weird Science, Breakfast Club, and all that. He's playing Tommy Doyle in the sequel. So I'm surprised they didn't get the original kid who played Tommy Doyle coming back for more nostalgia. So that's what I mean. This is another example of nostalgia. The movie. This film is filling up with so much nostalgia for the callbacks to the first one in this movie, and then they want to bring more back into the sequel and bring in more original cast members back. Which usually to me is hey, cool, bring back original cast members, okay, but there's a time when nostalgia, you need to stop with the nostalgia and try to do some more new things. So there's a flip side to everything. That's what sometimes I say is nostalgia is overrated, and in films like this, I would say is overrated. Because John Carpenter's Halloween, classic horror masterpiece. I would say I said before, it's my second all-time favorite horror film behind John Carpenter's The Thing. So my two favorite horror films are John Carpenter, because I love John Carpenter. He's one of my all-time favorite directors. Top 3. I love John Carpenter. But yeah, I love John Carpenter's Halloween. It's a masterpiece, horror classic. Halloween 2, great sequel, very solid sequel. Did things a little bit differently. I love Halloween 2. Halloween 3, I said before, I enjoy Halloween 3, but I said before, long ago, I put a rant on that, but because it should have been its own movie, not part of the Halloween franchise, but I still like Halloween Season of the Witch. Which you do see, actually, which I'm surprised they put this nostalgia part in the movie, because I thought that would get hate for, but you actually do see the masks, really quick. You do see the Halloween mask from Halloween 3 Season of the Witch, the skeleton mask, pumpkin mask, even the witch mask as well. I'm like, wow. I'm surprised they put that in there, considering everyone hates, most of everybody hates Halloween 3. I'm surprised they put that in there. That surprised me. I was like, oh, why would they? I'm surprised they put that in, because mostly everybody hates Halloween 3. But it was, yeah, okay, you see the masks in there. Yeah, but then Halloween 4, another good sequel. And then it went downhill from Halloween 5 to Halloween 6, a piece of garbage. I like Halloween H2O, with the arc with the Jamie Lee Curtis towards the end of the movie. And then Halloween Resurrection with its bullshit opening, killing off Jamie Lee Curtis, and that opening was bullshit. But the rest of the movie I can watch as a time waster, because I like Busta Rhymes, doing Kung Fu Michael Myers and Trick or Treat, motherfucker, or Hey Mikey, Happy fucking Halloween. But Busta Rhymes was fun in that role. Yeah, so the rest of the film I could watch as a time waster, and then most of the movie, it was sort of like became like a found footage movie, with the cameras and all that. Yeah, but yeah, so besides from the bullshit opening of Halloween Resurrection, the rest of the movie I thought was okay with. And then of course with Rob Zombie's piece of shit movies 1 and 2. But there's one thing I'll also give credit for. I think this film was better than. I wasn't fully enraged by this film because I expected it and it's not one of my worst. It wasn't one of my worst movies of 2018. No. There are movies I thought were much more worse than this movie. But yeah, I would say it's better than Halloween 5. It's better than Halloween 6. Better than Rob Zombie's Halloween movies. So yeah, there's some credits there. Although I would put Halloween Resurrection above this because of the rest of the movie I like, not the opening, but the rest of the movie. So I would say Halloween Resurrection just narrowly edges out this movie. I would say, yeah, but it's better than Halloween 5, 6, and Rob Zombie's Halloween movies because they're far worse. With all of the stupid ideas they went with it. But Halloween, you can't do anything more with Michael Myers. I told my brother this, and he's like, yeah, we're like, yeah, he's acting full of himself once again. But it doesn't matter anyway, because this film was a big hit. Now it's getting sequels. So you got Halloween Kills coming out 2021, and then next year. And then you got the next one, 2022, called Halloween Ends. So this film was big. It was a huge hit and it's getting sequels. Okay, more enough of that because getting to it, like I said, it's 40 years later. Halloween H4O, as you call it. 40 years later, you get these two podcasters who are investigative journalists. They go to the asylum to see Michael Myers. They go outside to see the patients are on this chessboard, which people point out it's like a chessboard. It's like a chessboard, and Michael Myers is there, old Michael Myers, but still strong. And the guy, he pulls up the mask. He says, "Oh, he's feeling it. He's feeling the mask, and so say something, Michael. Say something." And then all the other patients, they're going crazy. The dogs are barking. And so he says, and it's getting, and music's getting louder and louder. And then the guy says, "Say something," and then it shows, boom, title Halloween. And you get, again, the Halloween theme playing. And you got whereas you end the callback, like, oh, the pumpkin. Remember the pumpkin in the opening of the movie, original? And now we'll see it's flat now, but now it's inflating into the whole pumpkin again. God, whenever I do rants on movies, it feels like I'm burping, because like I said, these films make me want to barf all over them. So, and I originally thought, okay, John Carpenter coming back, but guess what? He did the score. He helped do the score from, but there's two other names on there. Two other names for the scores. He did help do the score. One of them, I believe it was his son Cody Carpenter. I believe it's his son. Cody Carpenter and Daniel Davies. So yeah, probably there's mostly Carpenter's involvement, but it's mostly the other ones, mostly Daniel Davies, I believe, but Cody Carpenter and Daniel Davies. But yeah, I mean, hey, John Carpenter, he's coming to do the score. Well, he got two other names going on in there. It's not just Carpenter by himself. The score, besides the theme, besides the Halloween theme, what else? The rest of the score, bland. Sadly, the score was bland. Generic, bland score. Yeah, you get some of the da-da-da, but except it's like playing on an electric piano. It doesn't have that same ring to it as the original Carpenter score. Like I said, it's playing on nostalgia because of the original. And then it's reserved. Then Jamie Lee Curtis. I mean, Jamie Lee Curtis, a positive thing. Okay, Jamie Lee Curtis, she did a good job acting wise. Acting wise, she did a good job. But how she was written like she said, basket case. That's how she. That's what she says. Basket case. Yeah, all this time she's been waiting and waiting. Waiting for him. The podcasters go to see her, talk to her, they give her the money, and they leave. And she has a daughter played by Judy Greer. You know, Judy Greer's been in some other movies as well. She's been in the Ant-Man. She's been in the Ant-Man films. She's been in many films before that, like 13 going on 30. She was in Wes Craven's Cursed, which I didn't. That was a werewolf film I did not like. No, I forgot to mention when I reviewed Red Eye. That was another film from Wes Craven that he directed, and I was not a fan of either. Hey, if that film was it was that forgettable. I didn't even mention that film because it was that movie that was that forgettable. I mean, Wes Craven rest in peace though. But yeah, I forgot about that he directed Curse. When I was naming films from him when I reviewed Red Eye, I forgot about that film. This is how forgettable that movie was. But Judy Greer, she was in it as well. Like I said, 13 going on 30. She's been in many other films, and she plays the daughter of Laurie Strode, and she has a granddaughter, played by Andi Matichak. I'm sorry, I mispronounced the last name, but honestly, I didn't care about the daughter or the granddaughter or any of the new characters. I mean, you have Will Patton. Now, Will Patton, I've seen him in other films as well. He was in The Punisher, which I reviewed not that long ago. He was in The Punisher. He was the character Glass, who was the friend of John Travolta, which Frank Castle turned on him and stabbed him. He made John Travolta turn on and stab him. Yeah, Will Patton. He was also in I know I've seen him in other movies. Besides The Punisher. Yeah, he was in Gone in 60 Seconds. He was in Armageddon. The Puppet Masters with Donald Sutherland. The Fourth Kind. Which I was not a fan of The Fourth Kind. Remember the Titans. Yeah, I've seen Will Patton and other stuff too. So, but he plays as a deputy, which I liked him, but later on, which sucked. And the granddaughter's friends, I did not care about at all. Did not. Most of the characters I did not care. Gave her basically a rat's ass about. Didn't care if they lived or died. But Jamie Lee Curtis, like I said, she was written as a basket case. But good job acting wise though, and you get the story when Judy Greer, which she was a girl, how Roy Strode raised her, to be prepared and all that, teaching her to shoot guns and all the stuff that they built in their house until she was little. Custody took her away from her, and Laura Strode's been on this paranoia ever since, and just waiting for him, like she said. And while Judy Greer, she doesn't want. She tries to get away from all that. Just want her to live like that she did. Being all paranoid and stuff, telling her to move on, get over it. Even the granddaughter at one point says that to her, get over Michael as well. But and then the podcasters, they go to the Judith Meyer's grave, the grave. Of course, to walk in the cemetery again, like the original. And then there would be the bus, transporting the inmates, and then later our father's son stop in the middle of the road. You see the inmates walking around, just like in the original. All the inmates were running around in the rain. Here, the bus crash landed. It crashed in a ditch. And all the inmates are running around just like the original in the original opening. And speaking of bus, in Halloween 4, Donald Pleasance called the ambulance. He's like, "How many people in the bus?" Which that was supposed to be a bus, but it was an ambulance. But he said it anyway. But here they put it in the bus. and the kid gets a gun, has a gun, and actually shoots the doctor, which he's supposed to be like the new Loomis, which Jamie Lee Curtis says, "Oh, you're the new Loomis." Yeah, right. Can't replace Donald Pleasance. But yeah, but he actually shoots him, and I give credit. This was like kind of a ballsy thing where the kid gets back in the car and Michael Myers kills the kid. Which I was like kind of a nod in the first movie, because where it's the inside of, like, the car outside was like, shows a bit blurry, how was he strangling the character Annie. That was another nod to the original. But hey, Michael Myers actually kills a little kid. I give credit to that. That was a little bit of a ballsy thing. So that's another positive I give right there. Didn't expect him to kill a little kid. But keep going back with the teen characters, I did not care about at all. I didn't care about the granddaughter who was going with her boyfriend to this party. Where actually he was, kissing another girl, and she gets all hurt about, which we've seen before, how boyfriends go with another, hitting on another girl, and the other former girlfriend gets all hurt about it. So she gets pissed, and then you have like this one with which I forget. Which after the going back with the podcasters, they're at this gas station, which it kind of looks like another nod to the to Halloween 4, when John Pleasant was at the garage and the guy who finds the dead guy clothes gone, and it was like a little bit nod to the Halloween 4, and then you get the little nod to Halloween H2O with the woman in the bathroom, which in the H2O, the woman Michael Myers stole the keys from to the car, but in the woman in the bathroom stall, that was like another nod to Halloween H2O. And then I don't know, there was another nod to Halloween Resurrection, because there was another bus, and had Resurrection Church, all that. Now the word Resurrection, was that their nod to Halloween Resurrection? If that's so, are they trying to make all these nods to all these other Halloween films put into one? They're just shoehorning in. I could be mistaken on there, but I mean, I see Resurrection. I'm like, is the word trying to make a nod to Halloween Resurrection? But anyway, yeah. But the woman, like you saw in the trailer, Michael Myers over the stall drops some teeth, and then attacks the woman, and the other guy, Aaron, that's the male podcaster, he tries to attack Michael, but he gets his head bashed in, gets the wall and the door, and then the woman gets strangled. And then Michael Myers gets the mask. He gets the mask back, which is another thing I would say. Another positive? Another positive, I would say, I did not mind the design of the mask, the look of the mask. I thought it would look like I'm trying to play as the old, as the original mask, but older now. So, actually, I did not mind the look of an old Michael Myers mask. I did not mind the. I mean, also for nostalgia, you see on the left side of the mask, you do see like a hole in the right here in the neck area of the mask, which of course in the original, when Jamie Lee Curtis stabbed him with the knitting needle. If you were actually paying attention looking, yeah, you see a hole in the mark right here. That's when Jamie Lee Curtis stabbed him in the original with a knitting needle. But then you have to go in the Haddonfield, and you get. I will say another good thing I would say is that when he's in the neighborhood, which of course before just as that's happening, you get another nod to Halloween 2, where the two kids are walking, and he bumps into them. Which it's both a nod to the first and the second film, because when the first film, when the kids was messing with Tommy Doyle, and he runs up, and Michael Myers runs and grabs the kid, basically scared him, but still. And then Halloween 2, when the kid was holding the boom box, actually bumps into him too. So there's also another nod to that as well, and to Halloween 1 and 2. But I was getting back to saying the one thing I did like was that this also was taking place all in one shot, all in one take, where Michael Myers is walking up, grabs a hammer, kills this woman, which, of course, that was another thing, because in Halloween 2, he killed the security guard. Remember the security guard, Mr. Garrett, with the hammer to the head. And all that was done one take. No, and it's still one take, and still going on. Even the woman who they killed with the hammer kind of resembled the old lady from Halloween 2, when he walked into the house and took the knife. Didn't kill the old lady because he was watching. She saw on the news when he stuck out the back door, though. But even the woman he killed in this kind of looked like the old lady from Halloween 2, and then takes the knife. Like I said, callbacks, right? But yeah, but all this is still going on, and all this is done won't take, and it's still going on. He's walking out, then he goes into this other house and kills this one lady, stabs to the neck. So okay, all that was like done in one take. That's another thing I give credit to. Okay, I like how the way it was shot, all in one take. And then two other the friends from the granddaughter, like this girl's babysitting this one kid, yeah. And how, of course, this was in the trailer when the closet door was open and she tries to shut it and he's in there. How did he get into that closet without them knowing about it? He must have teleported in there. Did he just teleport into the closet? No idea. But yeah, and of course she runs away. Of course, the stupid girl, she goes and slips and falls, typical you see in other movies. But it was pretty much almost like an off-screen kill. But you see him, you see Michael Myers stabbing the woman. You don't see it physically stabbing the woman, but still, it's like you see him stabbing. You hear the girl screaming, and that girl's boyfriend, he gets killed off-screen. But you see the aftermath. He's pinned to the wall with a knife in his neck, sort of. Not once again another nod to the original, where how Michael killed Bob, but instead of just pinned to the wall with the knife in the chest. Here it's kind of the same thing, but except he's pinned to the wall facing the other way with the knife in the neck. And then later, he kills the other kid that was with the granddaughter. He runs, he gets he's caught in the gate, and the guy gets stabbed in the back. And then she runs, and Jamie Lee Curtis, tells everybody to get out, and sees Michael Myers in the mirror. Well, she shoots the window, but it's actually the mirror that was reflecting on Michael Myers. And actually, that one scene where Michael Myers is like in the mirror where she shoots, that's the one that's played by Nick Castle, original Michael Myers from the original. So the one shot, that's the first time Nick Castle played Michael Myers in 40 years. Okay, cool. You brought Nick Castle back for that one scene. The rest of them, I'll probably say the guy who plays Michael Myers throughout, James Jude Courtney. James Jude Courtney plays Michael Myers. I thought, okay, acting emotionally, acting like the shape, Michael Myers. James Jude Courtney, I thought he did not do that bad of a job playing Michael Myers. So that's another thing I'll give another pass on, is James Jude Courtney's acting as Michael Myers. Trying to capture like the original emotion that Nick Castle did in the original. Like I said, everything is trying to make it capture back or call back to the original, nostalgia, whatever, including the other sequels. See, I can't swallow this nostalgia anymore. Man, how much more I'm going on, but then Will Patton's with the doctor, which that's when Jamie Lee Curtis calls, "Oh, you're the new Loomis." Yeah, right, you're the new Loomis. You can't touch on Donald Pleasance. Which they're trying to make him sound like Donald Pleasance as well. The guy's trying to sound like Donald Pleasance. And then stupid, weird and yet stupid out of the blue thing that happens. Like the Newmis, if people want to call him Newmis. New Loomis, Newmis. See, He's with Will Patton, the deputy, and also apparently with Will Patton's character, the deputy, back then. At the end of the original John Carpenter's Halloween, when he got shot and fell off the balcony, and when Dr. Loomis looked back and he was gone, apparently shortly after that he ends up getting arrested by the guy Will Patton's character, who was alive back then. So apparently after being shot 6 times, where they say he's a human being, which how do you think he gets shot point blank range 6 times by Donald Pleasance, and yet fall off a balcony and not break any bones when you fall off of from that height, but yet he's a human being yet. But yet shortly afterwards he gets arrested. I mean, it just kind of deviates, like how of the open like the ending of John Carpenter's Halloween, when Donald Pleasance looks up and he's like, that look on his face when he sees when he's gone, and then at the opening of Halloween 2, when till they tell him, I shot him, he's still loose, and then the neighbor says, is this some kind of a joke? I've been trick-or-treated death tonight. You don't know what death is. And it's like, I shot him 6 times! I shot him in the heart! This man, he's not human! But apparently he's human in this, but yet he took 6 slugs to the chest and fell off a balcony, but yeah, he's still human, yeah. So that's that. And then, like I said, Will Patton is the deputy. So he was alive back then to arrest Michael Myers, and now he's with the doctor, right? They're driving, they pick up the granddaughter. They're driving, they see Michael Myers. He hits him with his car, and he's going to kill him, shoot him, but the doctor, for some reason, out of the blue, for some reason, takes his pen as a knife blade, whatever, kills Will Patton, stabs him in the neck, and stabs him again, and then he takes Michael Myers, puts him in the back seat with the granddaughter, and he's wearing the Michael Myers mask. And when I saw it, I was like, what? It just left me all day. It just left me dazed and confused. Like, why? Why is all of a sudden this doctor all of a sudden just turned crazy now? Why did but killing the Will Patton, all of a sudden, is he? Also, he's becoming obsessed like Donald Pleasance was. Well, like in Halloween 5, where he took his obsession too far. Being mean to Daniel Harris, like, what are you crying? Tell me, just tell me right now. Tell me what he's feeling, whatever. But now this guy all of a sudden just turns batshit insane, kills Will Patton, puts on the mask, puts Michael Myers in the back seat. It's like, oh, we need to take him back, a reunion, whatever. And then, and there's also humor in this film, which I thought was funny. Apparently, I guess the humor came from Danny McBride, because Danny McBride helped him and the director wrote this movie. David Gordon Green. Yeah, I guess this humor came from Danny McBride. I guess it was written by Danny McBride. This part here, because some of the humor I did not find funny at all. Like there's one stupid humor with Judy Greer and her daughter, Judy Greer's the mother. Jamie Lee Curtis's daughter, her husband. That's what I'm trying to get at. Her husband. He's a line where he's at the house and then is like, "Oh, I dropped some peanut butter on my penis." I dropped some peanut butter on my penis. Really? That's your dialogue, your funny dialogue in a Halloween movie. Oh, I dropped some peanut butter on my penis. Really? That's your funny, stupid line, stupid, unfunny line. And then you get more unfunny humor, which there's these 2 cops. One is the complaint about their dinners, where one cop has I have what is it called, was a Vietnamese version of a French baguette, and then one of the cops like, oh, look what I made, as a homemade brownie. So why we get 2 cops talk about their Vietnamese baguettes or whatever and a homemade brownie? Like the humor, I did not think it was not funny in this movie at all. I mean, it has had to be with the part where Danny McBride had to write because he did, because you know with Danny McBride doing comedy, so probably all this humor is a part of the he wrote the stuff. And I'm sorry, it was not funny. I don't find Danny McBride his involvement in a Halloween movie. I mean, yeah, Danny McBride, yeah, doing outside comedy stuff. Okay, I liked him in his character Tennessee in Alien Covenant. He was one of the best parts of the movie, which that film sucked. I ranted on that. But he was stuck up the shit for most of the movie while everyone was down on the planet. But yeah, okay, Dan McBride in the Alien movie, a little bit outside of his comedic stuff. But his written humor in this does not work in a Halloween movie. But it's probably he's the one who wrote this. But you have David Gordon Green, his hand in as well. And as for director David Gordon Green, as a director, I like Pineapple Express. I do like Pineapple Express. Your Highness, yeah, Your Highness. Well, actually, that was a film that really enough, Your Highness. It was a film that my girlfriend saw in the theater with me. She thought it was a completely different movie, and she ended up crying. Because it was not a film that she did not expect it was. But I actually did like Your Highness, though. But that film was not for her. She didn't expect that kind of humor in that movie. But I like Pineapple Express. I like Your Highness. The other stuff he did, The Sitter, I was not a fan of. I was not a fan of The Sitter with Jonah Hill. Our Bandit's Crisis with Sandra Bullock, I've not seen. But this film, no. And of course he's going to direct the other two sequels, so yeah. But yeah, I did like Pineapple Express and I did like Your Highness, so but just the other stuff I did not care for The Sitter. But then Michael Myers gets out, he kicks the doctor, and then he smashes his face in. Okay, you get a good gore effect, where he stomps his face in. And then those two cops, they get killed off screen. You see the aftermath, and one cop's head is carved into like a jack-o'-lantern. Okay, that's a decent gore effect too, the head looking like a jack-o'-lantern. Then the husband, he gets strangled. And then Jamie Lee Curtis locks down the house and gets armed with guns and goes out with Michael Myers and almost gets strangled at the door, and she blows two of his fingers off. And then she's with the ground, looking around in the dark, and for some reason the granddaughter before she got in the house, she was outside. She gets to where these mannequins, it was the firing range we saw earlier where Jamie Lee Curtis was shooting at mannequins, and all these mannequins, the camera's zooming in on all these mannequins. I'm like, we saw them earlier, we know we're there, how we creeped out when she gets there. And it leads up to nothing. It's just for us to zoom in to see how scary these mannequins are. No, they're not. Just to freak her out. And then, of course, you get another nod to the original where Jamie Lee Curtis tries fighting off Michael. He throws her off the balcony, and he looks down and she's down there. But when he looks away and turns back, she's gone. Just the nod of the ending of the original. See, my body doesn't want to keep on talking about this stuff anymore. I'm not kidding. My body does not want me to talk about this stuff anymore. It's tired of all of these bullcrap movies I ranted on. I mean, most of the movies I ranted on earlier this month have been good, but sometimes when it gets to the ranting part, it doesn't want me to talk about. My body doesn't want to talk about it. That's why it keeps wanting to burp up. I don't know. Strange. But yeah, so you get your other nod to the original, the ending of the movie. The original ending of the movie. Yeah, my worst twist up. The ending of the original John Carpenter's film. So you get that nod there, and then you Judy Greer shoots him in the face after he lifts up the counter and leads to the basement. And then Jamie Lee Curtis hits him with a frying pan. He falls down. He gets up. Then it just traps him down there because the whole time it was a trap for him. Then they set the whole house on fire and burning him. Oh, trying to burn him like he did at the ending of Halloween 2 at the hospital. Burning him alive. Once again, all this callback nostalgia stuff, you know. And of course he's not dead because we're getting a sequel, so he somehow escapes the basement. He's still alive. Because by the end of the movie, we hear him breathing still. Man. Ugh. Like I said, this wasn't this is not the worst sequel of all time. I've seen far much worse sequels. This wasn't one of my worst movies of 2018. Well, it was on my list though, but it was not in my. I don't think I put in my top 5. I don't remember of worst movies of 2018. It was in my top 10 though, but it was not. I think it was on my top 5. I don't think because the worst film of 2018, if I remember, was The Predator. That was far worse, and it pissed me off a lot more than this. And like I said, I will put this above Halloween 5 and 6 and Rob Zombie's Halloween 1 and 2. But doesn't mean you get a cookie. You get a cookie for that, a pass for that. Man. So yeah. Hands down the best Halloween sequel ever. No. Halloween 2. Especially this gets a pass. This has a 79% Rotten Tomatoes. It's a 6.5 on IMDb. But yet, critics hated Halloween 2. They hated Halloween 3. They hated Halloween 4. Well, Halloween 3, no, Michael Myers is not in it, but they hated Halloween 2 and 4. So critics took a shit on those movies. And speaking of, and I was like, what's all of a sudden of making direct sequels to the original and ignoring the other sequels? This also reminds me of this also reminds me of the bullshit movie of Texas Chainsaw 3D, where it's supposed to be the direct sequel to the original and ignoring the other two. While Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2 was a fun sequel with Dennis Hopper. I don't know, what's the obsession of doing direct sequels to original movies? Because Texas Chainsaw 3D sucked ass. Although I'll probably say I put this above Texas Chainsaw 3 because I hated Texas Chainsaw 3D. So, yeah, but still does the same thing. But I'm not really fully enraged, mad, or mad pissed though. But this just shows that you can't do anything much newer with Michael Myers. You can't do anything. Well, it brings nothing new to the table. The kills, for the most part, are lame. Most of them are like off-screen. Off-screen and stuff like that. Probably is another nod to the original, because the original John Carpenter's Halloween was not all blood, guts, and gore and all that. It was like simple, subtle kills, like simple knife neck or strangulation. So I was trying to do that as well, but that's another thing. I think that's what they're also trying to do. But the kills, like for the most part, you're lame. You get a good gore effect with a foot stomp to the face or head carved as a jack-o'-lantern, but that's about it. Other kills were not much to run home about. Jamie Lee Curtis, I thought acting wise she did a good job, but it's how the way her character was written. But acting wise, she was fine. And some of the stuff I didn't expect, like Michael Myers killing a little kid. I did not expect that. I thought it was kind of a little bit of a ballsy thing when I saw that. Like the whole camera work, when he was walking, he was in the neighborhood, and Michael Myers doing all this in one part, in one shot, one take. I did like that. And like I said, I did not like the look of the mask. Okay, acting wise, James, Jude, Courtney, I thought acting as Michael Myers, I thought he did fine as well. Okay, you get Nick Castle bringing back for that one scene, fine. Cool. But like I said, this is like basically nostalgia of the movie, another one of nostalgia of the movie, or just call it Halloween H40 instead of just calling it just Halloween again. So you got 3 Halloweens. You got the original, Rob Zombies, and then this one, all named the same way, Halloween. Well, I'm just saying, why not just go for broke and just call it Halloween H40? It makes more sense. 40 years later, I just call it I would just call it H40. But and other characters I did not care about at all. I did not care about the daughter, Judy Greer's character of the daughter, or the granddaughter. I didn't care about the other teen characters. Which honestly, I wish that boyfriend. Actually, surprisingly, the boyfriend did not die at all. After the girlfriend ran off, got pissed and just ran off. Actually, when the guy dumped her cell phone in a bowl of natural cheese. I'm surprised that character did not get killed. And also, Jamie Lee Curtis did not die in the movie. That was another thing. Compared to Halloween Resurrection. Yeah, so Jamie Lee Curtis did not die, which is another thing I liked. But, and that's pretty much all I can say about the positive stuff. But, yeah, basically you can't do anything else new with Michael, you can't. It's basically the same, it's following the same format. Michael Myers comes home, starts killing people once again. So I have more I can say about Halloween 2018. Halloween 2018. In fact, this film was a huge hit, and I was getting sequels for more nostalgia stuff, bringing up original cast members. Which, yeah, part of me said, yeah, cool, bringing back original cast members, but at the same time, the door swings both ways. That's all they can do is play on is nostalgia and callbacks. But it doesn't matter anymore because the first film made a huge amount of money on a small minimum budget. So, I'm sure we'll probably get some other callbacks as well. But this film gets a pass and praise. But when the classes like Halloween 2 and Halloween 4 get dumped on by critics, which they're much fun, much more interesting kills in both films, like Halloween 2 with the nurse getting dumped in her face peeling off in that hot water, or another good kill in Halloween 2. Well, it was an aftermath, but it was an aftermath. The nurse that was pinned down and all the blood got drained out of her, or in Halloween 4 with the shotgun, Michael killed the girl with the shotgun, or he rips that guy's throat out. There was some good gruesome kills. But here, most of the kills were like nothing. I get they're trying to be like subtle, basic like the original. I get it, but at the same time, these kills were nothing to roam home about. So, I don't know what I can say about this film, so. Like I said, and the score, like I said, yeah, John Carpenter got involved in it, but you get 2 other people, like Cody Carpenter, I believe that was his son, and you got the other guy, Daniel Davies. Maybe that's more of their job, because the score, other than the theme for nostalgia, but the score was bland. It was a bland score. And I don't know what I can say about it, because I'm just going to be just going over the same thing again. So, all this, I said, and I mentioned about all the nods to the first film, the second film, even the fourth film for a couple of ones, even H2O they mentioned. And as I mentioned about Halloween Resurrection, that one thing on the bus, Resurrection, I'm like, it has to be like a nod to Halloween Resurrection, the title. But all of the other stuff I said, so Halloween 2018. No. Just because you're better than some of the ones I mentioned, better than 5, 6, and Rob Zombies 1 and 2, doesn't mean you're so good in a way. But yeah, that's why I still think of that. But yeah, that's what I still think about it. So Halloween 2018 to me still sucked. So yeah, yes, Halloween 2018 sucked. That's what more I can say about it. It sucks. And it's overrated. I would say it's definitely overrated. And I remember it was oh yes, this is great. And 2 years later now, do people still call back to the first to this movie 2 years later? Do anyone still remembers the movie? Probably not. Well, I can't say that, but I'm sure still people remember. But still, like, people are not probably excited as it was back when it first came out. But anyway, that's it. Halloween 2018. No, not for me. But thanks for watching. Stay tuned for the next review to end on Halloween. And we'll see you all later.